Hi, I'm Dr. Kirsten Ferguson with Vitality Yoga with the Doc, and today's practice is power yoga. Come to a seat on your mat with your hands resting on your knees, and we'll begin with breathing. For power yoga, we use something called Ujjayi breath or 4-part breath. So you're going to inhale through your nose to a count of 4, and then exhale through your nose to a count of 4. Inhaling and exhaling as we change to each pose. I'll call it out through the practice so you don't have to remember. But anytime you find yourself in a position where you're really getting out of breath, just try to come back to this 4-part breath. So close your eyes, bring your hands to your knees, and inhale through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep that breath going, and as you continue, I want you to make your way into child's pose. So come onto your knees, bring your feet all the way out, or knees all the way out to the edges of your mat. Big toes come to touch. Reach your palms all the way out onto your mat. Press out towards the front of your mat. Bring your forehead down to your mat. And continue to breathe in and out. And in and out. Last one, in and out. Press your hips to the ceiling, coming into downward facing dog. And bend your right knee, and then bend your left knee. And continue walking your dog out, just stretching out your calves and your ankles. And then come back to a point in the center. Bend both knees and press your chest back towards your thighs. And then begin to straighten your legs. One last inhale. Exhale. Step up towards the top of your mat. Bring your feet shoulder width apart. Grab opposite elbows and let your head hang. You can rock side to side. Come back to center. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. And then heel toe your feet together and rise all the way up to mountain pose. Palms face each other, reach for the ceiling, and then pull your shoulder blades down to your spine. And then bring your hands down to heart center. 3 breaths here. In, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mountain pose, inhale, fold all the way forward, exhale. Halfway lift, come up halfway. Hands can be on your shins, on your thighs, or fingertips on the floor. And fold, exhale. Rise all the way up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Mountain, inhale. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. And step back, high plank. Coming high plank, holding here. Shift forward on your toes, come into low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Top of your mat, halfway lift. Fold. Mountain. Fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Step back, high plank. Drop your knees here if you need to. Shift forward, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale. Let it out. Top of your mat, half lift. Fold. Mountain. Fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Step back, high plank. Shift forward, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Come to the top of your mat, half lift. Fold. Chair pose, sit low. Bring your knees back behind your toes. Arms come all the way up next to your ears. Sit lower. Fold. Half lift. Step back, high plank. Shift forward, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot step all the way forward, warrior one. Bringing the knee over the ankle. Pinky toe edge of the back foot is pushing down. Open up, warrior two. Reverse. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Open to warrior two. Reverse. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Step to the top of your mat, half lift. Fold. Chair pose, sit low. Drop your fingertips to the floor. Sit your hips low. Reach forward. Bring your arms up next to your ears. Fold. Half lift. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior one. Open to warrior two. Reverse. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot, warrior one. Open to two. Reverse. Chaturanga. High to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Let it out. One more in. And let it out. Top of your mat, halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. We're going to do one more sun B. Fold. Halfway lift. Step back, high plank. Shift forward, low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior one. Open to two. Reverse. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Open to two. Reverse. High to low. Up and down. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Raise your right heel to the ceiling. Bend the knee. Peel open your hips. Bring your hips back to level. And peel open your hips. Stay here or continue over into flip dog. Lifting the hips, reaching far forward. Come back over, high plank. Side plank on your right. Drop your right knee if you need to. Left hand to the ceiling. Can raise the top leg. And if you like, you can reach back and grab that ankle for a little extra hip flexor stretch. Come back into high plank. Downward facing dog. Raise the left heel to the ceiling. Bend the knee. Peel open your hips. Bring your hips back to level. Peel open. Stay here or come all the way over into flip dog. Come back over high plank. Down dog. Step your right foot forward, crescent lunge. Bring yourself up high on that back toe. Lift the hamstring up to the ceiling. Bring the knee over the ankle. Hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. You can hook your elbow over your knee. Press your palms together. Take your gaze to the ceiling. Come back up into warrior two. Looking out over your middle finger. Hold here, deepen the pose. Find your Ujjayi breath again if you've lost it. And then begin to reach forward. Reach, reach, reach. Bring your hand all the way down to the inside of your front foot. You can use a block here, or you can actually just bring your elbow to your knee if you need to do that. Top hand to the ceiling, opening up the top lung. Inhale, stretch your head forward. Exhale, twist open. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Remove your block. Come back down into high plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot comes all the way forward. Crescent lunge. Up high on the back toes. Back hamstring to the ceiling. Coming low over this knee. Hands to heart center. Twist to your left. Hooking the elbow over the knee. Press the palms together, bringing them to the center of the chest. Take your gaze to the ceiling. Come back up to warrior two. Reach, reach, reach forward. Bring your hand down to the inside of this foot. A block is great here. You can use your elbow on the downside to keep that knee out. Keep your arm high, open up the chest. Last one. Good. Bring your right foot back up to your left foot, facing forward on your mat, and come into chair pose. If you have a block, you can put this between your knees if you like, and then your feet will then be block width apart. If not, just keep your feet and your knees together. Hands up, hands come down to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your right, hooking your elbow over your knee, pressing the palms together, gaze to the ceiling. Back to center, sit low. Stay here, stay with me. Hands to heart center, twist the other direction. Back to center, sit low. Remove your block. If your block is here, stay low, and fold. Split your feet. Bring your peace fingers underneath your big toes. Elbows open to the outside. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, pull yourself down to your toes. Inhale. Exhale. One more, in. Exhale, pull down. Step onto your palms for gorilla pose. Toes up to your wrist creases. Head relaxed. You can rock a little side to side. Pull down. Come into yogi squat. Feet are wide, toes are pointed out, elbows to the insides of your knees. Hands at heart center. Nice straight posture, pulling those shoulder blades towards the spine. If you have crow in your pose, in your practice, you can add that right here. Hands down to the mat, forward fold. Heel toe your feet in, rise all the way up to mountain. Come into chair pose. Right arm comes under, right leg comes up and over, eagle. Raise your elbows up to shoulder height and switch. Try to keep your back nice and straight, like you're sitting in a chair, a nice straight back chair. And switch. Remember, if you fall out of this pose, no problem, come right back in. Don't be frustrated. Every time you fall out of a pose, your brain is just reconnecting with where you are in space. Switch sides. And come back up, mountain. Hands down. Raise your right knee in front of you. We lost our music. Come all the way out to the side. Left arm extends. See if you can look out over your left arm. Come back to center. Come back into airplane. Keep your eyes up on me. Keep your shoulders up. Palms face the floor. Good. Drop your left hand down to the mat. A block is a great tool right here underneath that left hand. Open up the hips. Keep that back leg tight. Reach the top hand for the ceiling, half moon. Again, if you fall out, no big deal. Just come back in. No drama, no stress. Fold. Switch your block to the other side. We'll use it in a minute. Come all the way back up. Pick up your left knee. Bring it out to your side. Right arm extends. See if you can look out over your right arm. Come back to center. Reach forward. And come back. Airplane pose. Eyes up. Chest back. Shoulders back. Palms down. Tight leg in the back. And then drop your right hand down to your block or the floor. Top hand to the ceiling. Open the hips. half moon. Fold. Come all the way up to stand. I'm going to take dancer on your right. So you're going to take the front hand, palm facing in, bring it back, grab the inside of this ankle. Reach forward with the other hand, pressing your ankle into your hand. You'll begin to come up. Good, and switch. Switch. And switch. Good, come into tree pose. Bring your hands to heart center. You can bring your foot just to the inside of your calf, not your knee, just your calf. Or if you're very flexible, you can bring it up to your thigh. And switch. Good, come all the way up to mountain. Fold. Half lift. Step back, high plank. Shift forward into low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Warrior one. Open to two. Straighten the front knee. Shift your hips back. Reach forward. Reach, reach, reach. Bring your hand all the way down to the outside of your shin, reaching for the ceiling. Come all the way up to stand, turn your toes front. Pigeon toe your feet in slightly. Slight bend in the knees, hands on your hips. Nice flat back bend all the way over. Hands come down between your feet. Inhale. As you exhale, push the mat forward with your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come all the way back up. Turn your feet the other direction. Keep the front leg straight. Shift your hips back, reach forward. And come into triangle on the other side. Come all the way back up to stand. Hands on your hips. Reach behind you and grab your hands in a bind. Pull your shoulder blades together. Come all the way back down. Keep your bind. See if you can lift your hands up off your back. Be sure not to lock out your knees. Lower your hands. Come all the way back up to stand. Take your right foot forward and your left foot back, just like you're in a little bit of a walking stance. Again, grab a bind behind your back. Come all the way down. Keeping your eyes on your big toe. Drop your left hand down to the mat, or you can bring it onto a block. Shift your weight forward so that your shoulder is lined up over your wrist. Right arm comes out to a T. Squeeze your thighs together and twist open from the torso. Lower your hands. Rise all the way up. Switch your feet. Bring your left foot forward, right foot back, walking distance. Hands on your hips this time. Lower. all the way down, eyes on your big toe. And your hands are on your hips just to kind of see if your hips are level right here. Try not to let them get all out of whack. Just try to keep them level. And then drop your right hand down to the floor or to your block. Shift your weight forward over your wrist. Left arm comes to a T. Squeeze the thighs together and twist open. And bring your hand back to the mat. Step yourself back into plank and lower yourself all the way down onto your mat. And come into locust. You can bring your hands next to you or behind your back or just next to your side. Squeezing the glutes, raising the hamstrings to the ceiling. Keep your gaze down at your mat and lower. Gaze down at the mat and raise up. Locust number 2. And lower. Reach back and grab the outside of one or both ankles. Put the flats of your feet towards the ceiling and pull back, keeping your thighs on the mat. And lower. Reach back for bow number 2. If you grabbed one leg, grab the other one this time. And raise up. And lower. Bring your hands next to your chest. Straighten your arms, lift your hips, and then lift your knees, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come onto your knees. Sit back. Come up onto your knees. Camel pose. Bring your hands into your back pockets. Pull your shoulder blades towards your spine. Shift your hips forward by squeezing your glutes. Keep squeezing your glutes to protect your lower back. Bring your chest up to the ceiling, let your head drop back. Come up all the way, sit back on your heels. Rise up again, camel number 2. Bring your hands into your back pockets. Pull your shoulder blades towards your spine. Squeeze the glutes, bring the hips forward. Chest goes up, head comes back. And rise all the way up. And sit back on your heels. Keep your toes underneath you. This time I want you to grab your hands behind your back like this, okay? Grab your hands behind your back, thumbs are next to each other. Slide your thumbs down your sacrum. Pull your shoulder blades towards your spine. Slide them down some more. Pull your shoulder blades in. Chest goes up, head comes back. Pull your thumbs down more. Very slowly bring your head up. Release your shoulders. Come onto your back. for bridge pose. As you come into bridge, bring your heels towards your butt. Tuck your hips under. So you're going to shorten the distance from your hips to your ribs by pulling your hips under, pressing your lower back into the ground. Squeeze your glutes to bring your hips up. You're going to come into a straight line. You can push on your feet to open your chest up just a little bit more. And lower your hips. And raise your hips up. Tuck your hips, raise. And lower. Again, tuck your hips, raise. If wheel isn't your practice, you can take wheel now. Keep squeezing the glutes and lower down. One breath. Come back up. And lower down. And come back up. And lower down. Last one. Breathe in. Exhale. Come back up. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Drop your knees out wide, bottoms of your feet touch each other. Come into butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. You can bring one hand to your chest and one hand to your belly. One more breath. Reach down, grab the outsides of your feet. Pull your knees into your armpits, feet to the ceiling. Rock side to side, happy baby. Raise your feet to the ceiling. Bring your hands behind your head for support. You're going to support your head, not pull on your neck. Spread your toes out wide. Lower your right foot all the way to a hover. And lift your chest. And then as you are going through mud, switch. And switch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees into your chest. Bring your feet back down into butterfly pose. Press your feet together, lift your feet up 2 inches off the mat, lift your chest up, and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower your feet. Bring your knees up and come into bicycle. So we're going to come up and twist to the left knee, extending the right leg, and switch, 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 switch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Pull your knees into your chest. rock shoulders to feet and shoulders to feet and come up into boat pose. Now you can do this a couple of different ways. You can do traditional boat, where the arms and the legs are both extended, straight leg or bent leg. If that's too difficult for you, you can bring your feet down on the mat and support yourself from behind with your hands. Or you can come right in between there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my hands on the mat, bring my legs up, keep my knees level, and then tap the toes down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees into your chest. And come back into downward facing dog. And step your right foot all the way up to the outside of both of your hands and drop the back knee. You can put the top of the foot down on the mat. And you can stay right here, or you can come down and put your elbows on a block or a pillow, whatever you have available to you at home. Make sure you are breathing in for 4 and out for 4. Get your rhythm in and out. And then slowly come up, stay in this position, but put your left hand down on the mat. Turn your right toes out and bring your right hand to the inside of your knee. And begin to twist open the torso, taking your gaze to the ceiling. And you can stay right here, or you can begin to take your top arm and reach back towards your back leg and bend the back leg and grab onto the back ankle. Good. Lower the back leg, come back forward. Take your right foot, cross it over to the other side of your mat, and come down into half pigeon. So the right shin is parallel to the front of the mat. The toes are pointed to the front. Your back leg is straight, and you can come down on your elbows. You can also take this on your back, crossing your legs in a figure 4, and then pulling the bottom leg in around the thigh towards your chest. Slowly release and make your way back into a downward facing dog. Step your left foot up to the outside of your hands. Drop your back knee, top of the foot to the mat. Stay right here, or you can bring your block underneath you and bring your elbows down to the floor or to your block. Bring your right hand down to the mat. Bring your left toes out And bring your left hand to the inside of your left knee and begin to twist open the torso, looking up at the ceiling. Twisting a little more on each exhale. Stay right here, or reach up and back. Bend the back leg and bring your heel to your hand. Lower your leg. Walk your foot all the way across the mat, coming into half pigeon on your left. Toes pointed towards the top of the mat, come down onto your elbows. And relax and breathe. Slowly come up and come onto your knees. We're going to take frog pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hands down on the mat, bring your knees out as wide as you can, and then bring your lower legs out at right angles and your feet at right angles. Lower your chest to the mat, and you can put a block under your chest if you like, and breathe. Three more breaths. And slowly come out. You can come forward on your belly, or what I like to do is take my big toes back together and then bring my knees up underneath me. Come to a seat and bring both legs forward. Reach up and reach down over your toes. Continue breath. Come on up and take your right foot up and over to the other side of your knee. Reach back with your right hand, left hand to the inside, and twist. And release. And switch. Bring your left leg up and over. And twist. And come back forward. Let's take double pigeon. So take your left leg underneath you. Bringing your leg more or less parallel to the front of the mat with the toes pointed forward. Bring your right leg up and over so that your ankle comes past your knee. And then drop your leg down flat. And maybe you stay right here. Bring yourself upright. And that's good for you right there. If you'd like a little bit more stretch though, you can begin to slowly just lean forward into your hips, keeping your back straight, keeping your shoulders pulled back towards your spine. Just leaning your weight in, just shifting, not rounding out over the legs yet. A block under the knee, under either knee here is a really good modification. And if this is really inaccessible to you, bring that bottom leg straight. And then as you come forward, you can bring your hands down in front of you and start to round your spine out a little bit over your legs. And then slowly come up and switch your legs. Bring the right leg underneath. Bring your left heel up and over. And then let the leg flop down onto the other one. I know flop is a little bit of an exaggeration, but for some people it isn't. Sit up nice and straight. Stay right here if this is as far as you can go, and if not, just start to lean your weight forward into your hips, keeping your back straight. Lean a little more. You can begin to bring your hands forward and roll down over your legs. Keep breathing. And slowly come up to a seat. Bring your legs out long in front of you and just shake them out. Grab your block or pillow or whatever roll you're using and come into supported fish. So you're going to bring your block right between your shoulder blades and come all the way down. Let your head drop all the way back. If that's really inaccessible to you, you can put another pillow or a block under your head. And then bring your arms out to your sides, letting your chest open up. And for the breathing on this one, what I'd like you to do is breathe in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth, making a ha sound. So inhale and exhale. And go again. Inhale. You're going to exhale for twice as long as you inhale. And exhale. In and out. One more in and out. Slowly make your way up and come onto your back. You can bring your feet up against a wall, or you can bring your hips up on your block. And I'm going to bring my block up a little higher under my hips, under my lower back, because I'm going to show you how to do a modified plow in a minute. Bring your feet up. Let's do a little bit of foot yoga while we're here. So bring your big toes towards your face and your little toes towards the ceiling. Really stretch. And then shift. And this one's a lot harder. Bring your big toes to the ceiling and your little toes towards your face. And they might not have moved at all, but you'll get there eventually. Takes a long time to even get a little bit. Good. And then spread your toes out really, really wide. And then press them all together, but keep them straight. Press them together, and then curl your toes up as hard as you can. Good. And then relax your feet. Take your ankles around in circles, and circles the other way. And then relax. And you can just stay right here. For those of you with plow in your practice, you can take plow. If you would like to do a modified plow, you can follow along with me. So I've got my block up a little bit higher, about mid-lumbar. My legs are straight. I'm going to start bringing my straight legs towards my face, towards my head. Okay, and once they get far enough here that I need to give myself a little help, I'm just going to begin to put a little bit of pressure on the backs of my legs. Keeping my head straight. Pulling my ankles up and over. And the reason I like modified plow is it gives me access to that low back and thoracic stretch without aggravating my neck. Now, if you don't have a neck problem, that probably isn't an issue for you. But if you do, this is a great way to get a little bit of the benefit of plow. Without having your arms fall asleep all night. And bring your legs back up and lower your feet to the mat. Keep your block right here and straighten your legs. This is a block bridge, and what we're doing now is just stretching out the front of the hip flexors. And just breathe into the relaxation of this pose. Good. Bring your feet back up to the mat. Remove your block. Extend your right leg, left leg long. Your right knee comes into your chest. Cross your right knee over your spine. Reach out with your right hand. Get a nice spinal twist. Come back to center. Switch legs. Pull your left knee into your chest. Right leg goes long. Cross it over. And reach out with your left hand. Taking your gaze towards your extended hand. Good. And come back onto your back. Pull both knees into your chest. Extend your legs long on the mat. Take up some space, palms to the ceiling, eyes closed, Shavasana. And as you lay in Shavasana, I want you to feel your breath as it comes in, fills your lungs, extends down into your belly, and then goes back out. Coming in like a wave and going back out like a wave. In. And and out. In and out. Continue to follow your breath. Allow yourself to breathe out any stress or tension left in your body. Continue breath. Slowly roll over onto your right hand side. Keeping your eyes closed, press yourself up into a seated position with your legs crossed and your hands resting on your knees. We'll end our practice with breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, this time we'll pause at the top. Pause. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. One more inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Thumb tips to forehead center. May this practice heal your body and your mind. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining us, and be sure to tune in again on Thursday at 5 o'clock for Gravity Yoga. If you have any suggestions for what you'd like me to focus on with Gravity Yoga this week, please comment under the video. And if you miss any of our videos, please remember that we have a YouTube page, Vitality Doc, and all our videos will be up there soon. There is also already one of them up there, but we'll get more up there soon. And we'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.